G'day, Todd. How are you, mate?
Not too bad, mate. Sorry, I've had a busy day. My oldies, my dad's 83, my mum's 77, and I've been out helping them out today.
No, that's fair enough. Doing the shopping and stuff.
Yeah, mate. See, what I wanted to talk to you about, 8 months ago, I was living up in Cardiff in Newcastle, New South Wales. I'm still in Newcastle, born and bred. I used to sneak off into the car, and I'd have a smoke and a punt when my missus was up, you know, with the kids and that sort of thing. So I'd go sit down in the car, but he'd have me punt for like an half hour or an hour while I'm having a few ciggies and that sort of thing. Anyway, the first time would have been, about 9 o'clock at night.
Yep.
And that like grass cut out in that photo I showed you, the grass there used to be about 4 to 5 foot tall. It was like that for bloody 6 to 12 months. The council had never maintained it or anything like that. Anyway, I just remember I was sitting in the car one night, and I just remember seeing this snout of this thing, like, you know how a dog would just lift its snout, like head in the nose and just smell, you know, the sort of, you know, they lift their head up.
Yeah, when they're sniffing the breeze.
Yep, exactly right. Anyway, this thing stood there for about 10 minutes, and this sighting would have been maybe 15 metres at maximum.
Right.
Distance in the front of the car, and I was just, you know, thinking, gee, I thought it was a dog with a broken jaw. That's what I thought originally when I very first seen it. I thought it was a dog that's about the size of a German Shepherd. I've had German Shepherd Dobermans, that sort of thing. Like size-wise, I'd say German Shepherd.
Yep.
Maybe 50, 60 kilo. I'd put it no heavier than that. I'd say 50. I'd say 50. 50 would probably top it, because Kaiser was the German Shepherd, he was 45, and Tyson was 47, the Doberman. So I'd say 50 kilo would probably stop him.
Right.
And yeah, just sitting there for bloody, and not sitting, standing. Standing, I couldn't see the back of it. I could only see the neck and the head. I could just see this thing sniffing in the breeze because of the long grass. It was just poking its head out of the grass.
Yep.
Like, anyway, I thought it was a dog with a broken jaw, because the jaw just looked so, it looked weird, like I'd never seen it before. Anyway, it sniffed around. Anyway, it ended up going back into the bushes, and that was the last time I ever saw it that night. The very next night, I'm down in so that was 9 p.m. the first night. We're now at about probably 9:30, 9:45 the next night. Old Toddy's back in the car having a punt, having a smoke. Anyway, I seen the same thing again, doing the exact same thing, having a sniff in the breeze, only popping its head out, not its back or its tail or anything like that. Anyway, that didn't know I was there. It's having a sniffing around. Next thing, it walked out across the front of my car. This was probably now, I'd say 8 metres.
Right.
Walked out of the bushes with this funny, I wouldn't say, it didn't walk like a dog. It's hard to explain it. It was sort of tippy-toe. It walked like a dog, but more, it crossed between like a cat and a dog, if that makes sense. You know how they can prance? You know how like a little dog prances?
Yeah.
It sort of walked like that, walked directly across the road. There's a street light maybe, I don't know, 20 metres from there. Like, I had perfect visibility. I could see the stripes were probably halfway down its back. I couldn't tell you how many stripes, maybe 6 to 8 at a guess.
Yep.
Only on the top half. Anyway, mate, I know what I seen. That was the second count. I walked directly across the road into the bushes and the house directly across the road. And I don't know where it went from there, but it was not scared one little bit. And there was no other traffic around, because it's a quiet street. After about 5, 6 o'clock at night, it's a quiet street for the top of the industrial area.
Yep.
And yeah, I walked across the road in front of me, and I'm there sitting in my mouth. Actually dropped the cigarette that night, and I went straight between me legs and burnt the first hole in my new Skoda. True story. I still got the car.
Because you were in shock.
I was in shock, exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Because I'd actually seen what I seen, you know, just the colorations, the markings, the tail. I call it the samurai sword tail. That's just because it had that sort of shape to it, like a samurai sword, you know, like at the tip.
Yep.
Anyway, so I walked across the road, into the bushes of the house across the road, never seen it again. I stayed there for another half hour, didn't see it come back across the road or anything like that. Just went across the road over to where there's brick units and the house over there.
Yep.
I didn't go and look for it, anything like that. Sat in my car, doing my thing. Anyway, the next night, so there was 2 nights in a row, then there was a break of one night, then I went down, it was later this night, it would have been 12:30, I reckon, it would have been midnight, 12:30, I'd had a blue with the missus, and I'm down in the cove, kids asleep, and then I'm down in the cove, and me punt, and having me bloody smokes, seeing the same thing again, head there, sniffing in the breeze, always 5 or 10 minutes sniffing in the breeze, it'll stand there, head out of the bushes, that's it. They'll expose the head. Same thing. 10, 15 minutes later, walked across the road in front of me. Same thing. Maybe 8, 10 metres. Same animal, exactly the same animal. I know it was like a dead giveaway. It had like a bit of grey, like even on its face. It was old. Maybe if I had to put an age on it, it's going off the dogs I've had. Like all my dogs last till 12 and they all go in the back legs. I'd say he'd be 8 or 9 year old if I had to give an age on a dog that size.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Like they start to get a bit grey in the face.
Yep, in the muzzle.
Yep, in the muzzle. Yep, that's the one. Oh, he knows the terms better than me. But same thing. Sat there for 10, 15 minutes. Walked across the road. Didn't run. Just slowly did its walk across the road like that sort of like on its tippy toes sort of thing. Tail straight out. Went over to the units in the house. Never seen it again. I don't know if someone could be over there feeding the fucking thing or...
Well, it's possible. It could have been stealing dog food or cat food or...
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, mate. I haven't even been over there to ask anyone because as soon as you ask someone or say something, they fucking think I'm mad. You know what I mean? They go, mate, what are you smoking in the car?
Yeah,
you know?
sure. But this was right near your driveway, basically.
Well, I parked the car down the hill. because we've got too many cars. The missus' car, the other and our full drive, they take up the driveway. Then I park the Skoda like 10 metres from the house.
Okay.
I do that on purpose so I can go down the car and have a smoke in the punt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was 2 nights in a row. Then there was a break. Then I seen him again on the 3rd night. I've had a couple more encounters. I've had 2 more encounters, like just recently.
Oh, I've been through there only a few months ago, but I don't really know it that well. But yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but anyway, I had been back there a few times with my parents, and I was not long. Let me just go off in November. 2 weeks before Christmas, so I'd say mid-December, say 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. I haven't written anything down, but say 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yep.
I'm in the car out the front. I'm out there having a ciggy outside of the car this time.
Yep.
Standing right next to the car. Thing didn't even look at me. Walked straight across the road. Didn't even look at me. Like I wasn't even there. Didn't even turn its head to the side. And that was 10 to 15 metres.
Yep.
I don't know if I was up downwind of it or didn't even look at me, mate.
What time?
Sorry?
What time of day was it?
8:30 at night.
So you still had a bit of light then?
Oh, no, wouldn't have had light, mate. Wouldn't have had light. Maybe it gets dark at about 8:15 back then, from memory.
Okay.
The sun wasn't up.
Yeah. So you're closer to 9 o'clock or something because of the solstice hasn't happened.
Possibly.
Yep.
Possibly. This is all just memory, mate. I've got nothing written down for you. But
how geographically? How far from? So you saw it again?
Yeah, it's
in the same spot.
In that same spot, in that photo I showed you, that cutout.
Yep.
That's a cutout from, I don't know if it's Crown Land or council owned it or whatever it is.
But it goes back up into the foothills there, does it?
Yeah, and there's a couple of tracks that if that went up to the end of that little like grassy field bit I showed you, if that goes up to the end of that, like the where I pointed the knife, that's facing southeast.
Yep.
That'd be facing southeast. But if that was the opposite direction, it'd only have to go 4 or 5 streets, and it'd be up to that bushland up there that goes up towards Sugar Loaf now.
Yep.
And there's caves and all sorts of things up there, water source. Like, I'll just tell you a little bit about me too. I've been a gold prospector for 10 years. Every month when I wasn't on house arrest, I'd go out up to Nundle or go out back this way, like Hilling, Trunky Creek, all that sort of thing. So I've been out in the bush a bit the last 10 years.
Yep.
worked for Foraging in Newcastle, built warships, HMA Sydney, Hobart and Brisbane over 5 years. I did that back from 2010 to 2015, and my parents have owned 7 pubs in Newcastle. Well, I'm 42 years of age today, mate. No, sorry, yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Yesterday, yeah, yesterday. Sorry, they took me out today for lunch. That's why I said today, mate, yesterday. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm 42 years of age, Newcastle born and bred. Mate, come from a good family. You know, I'm not crazy. I've never had any sight or anything like that.
Sure.
But anyway, getting back to that story, when the parents when they're getting the clothes on me on that, the thing walked past me, 10 to 15 metres, didn't even look at me, didn't even turn its head. Like I'm up on the high side. Where I park is on the high side. It walks on the lower side of me.
So you're looking down over it.
I'm looking down over it, correct?
Yeah.
At probably 30 degrees, mate. No more than that. Probably 20 to 30 degrees. I'm looking down at it. You know what I mean? So I can, yeah. The stripes are distinctive. Can't miss it. You couldn't miss it. And if anything, on the top of the back, there's sort of like a little bit, I'd say, I don't know if it's something to do with the fur, you know, like a corrugation, you know how they get that ripple effect?
Yeah, like on a ridgeback.
Yeah, sort of like that. Just I'd say very minorly, they've had that on the last quarter to last third and the back to the tail.
So the hair sort of is rippled like the stripes sort of thing.
I couldn't tell you if they matched up or not. It just looked like, like wrinkles, so they get a bit of that wrinkle, the skin goes a bit tight or sort of matted on top of the...
Okay.
You see the ripple effect, in the skin.
Yep, I know what you mean. So you're seeing that on top of its back as it's going away from you.
No, it's not going away from me, it walks across from left to right in front of me every time.
Yeah, okay, right across in front of you.
Yeah, it doesn't walk down or up the hill, it walks directly across the exact same spot. I reckon you could mark a painted line there and cross from the painted line every single time.
Bit of a creature of habit, you reckon?
I haven't even walked up there, mate, to see if there's any sort of track or trail or game trail where it's worn away. The only person I've told my missus and I've told my mother.
Is there a creek there through that area? You said there was, didn't you?
There is a creek there. A creek there. And there's also, I would say the creek, but there's like a little tiny marshy in that bushland to the left of where I've pointed to the knife.
Yeah, okay.
I have walked through there before, and there's like a little, I wouldn't say, it's not a pond, but there's a water source there,
Yeah.
And there is a creek that runs through there somewhere. Like a drainage creek.
I know what you mean, like a drainage reserve.
Yeah, exactly right. But anyway, getting back to where it crossed, so that's now the 4th time. I'm having the smoke out the front. Same thing. Probably I'm parked a lot away from the house, probably 30 metres down the hill. I'm parked anyway. Sitting out in the smoke inside the car this time. Remember last time I was outside? The only time I was outside the car was the previous time.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the car, window down, having a smoke. It walked 4 metres from the bottom of the car.
You ever thought maybe you should get your phone out and take a photo of this bloody thing?
I've got 3,800 photos on my phone. The storage is completely full. I can't even take a photo to show you. Can't even take a photo like on my phone. I'm full, 100% full. I've got no storage left, no gigabytes.
Well, if I was in your position, mate, I'd be deleting some shit off my phone and making some room. And next time you go back there, I'd be ready because it sounds highly likely you might get it.
Virtually that's the 5 sightings I've had. But that last sighting, that was 4 metres.
Yeah.
That was distinctive, mate. It was the size of a German Shepherd. Tail not as big. The tail thick where it joins the butt of the thing. I'd say thick, then it tapers down like a samurai sword with that funny lip at like the tip of the samurai sword. Yeah, it has that.
Yep.
Same animal. I'd say a male. If I had to have a guess, I'd say it was a male. I'd say it's in the last quarter of its lifespan. Same animal. And not flighty whatsoever.
Yeah.
I remember one night I was sitting there doing the sniffing the breeze. Cars would drive past, and it was sort of protected from the headlights where it was in the grass there. And if you're coming down the hill, they would have picked them up the headlights. Coming up the hill, it doesn't.
Right.
And it's not flighty, not skatey whatsoever. But if I yelled out to it, I don't even think it would have ran.
Yep.
Like that's what sort of was bothering me. Like I wouldn't say tame, but definitely not afraid.
Just confident in itself.
Yeah, confident in itself, and wherever it's going, it's been going there a long time.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, like I just didn't know who to tell, mate. I just wanted to tell someone that actually would believe me.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I can't encourage you enough to go back there and get some video or photo of it after, you sort all your problems out.
Yeah. I don't care if I'm going to go and buy one of those game cams or whatever they are, but I've got a couple of GoPros I can set up.
Yeah, well, just a normal video camera will do it, or a GoPro, that'll be fine, but all you'd need to do is basically sit there and wait for it to walk out, hit record and turn on your headlights.
Exactly.
And you'd have it. So...
But I'm curious where it's going. Where it's going.
It's probably raiding some sort of food source down there. Like they do take chickens, they'll take cats and dogs. I mean, these things are predators, so most predators will kill other predators in their area before they'll even hunt, if they've got to compete. They'll take out other predators, so, cats are going to be on its target.
Just the way they cross the road. Just like a bloody dog, mate. Like when I say a dog, not like, just no fear. Just confident in itself and wherever it's going, and it's going somewhere where it's not, where it knows it's no threat.
Yeah.
That's just what I picked up. But I would not be surprised if someone's feeding it. Like some old woman or some old bloke that lives by himself.
Putting food out and it's cottoned onto it. They might be feeding something else and it's just found a free food source.
Yeah, but I've never seen it walk back the other direction. That's the thing that sort of me too.
They are very specific feeders though, from my understanding. When they feed, they target certain parts of the animal. They don't just eat, bones and meat and all of that. They tend to eat the blood-filled organs.
Yeah.
So they'll take the heart and the lungs. They'll take the head and eat the brains, and they leave the rest behind. They tend to be a bit wasteful, if anything, but they're just specific feeders on the blood-filled organs, basically.
I'll tell you another little story that might interest you. I got a mate, his brother and sister tied up and being a gold prospector, they got the Gloucester River comes through the back. I was up there one day with Stuart, and he was telling me about he had these marks coming down the side of his cattle. Anyway, we're up there, probably maybe 2 weeks later, and I was spending the night there in the caravan. Now I'm prospecting all day. It would have been on a Saturday. Anyway, Saturday night we were spotlighting for rabbits. Anyway, you'll never guess what we seen.
Oh, I could probably have a reasonable guess.
Yeah, and one mate, it was one of the prettiest things I've ever fucking seen. I'll be honest with that. I couldn't say it was Black Panther. I've read a little bit about panthers, how they were released here, and the woman down the Blue Mountains, how she let a ton of them go and that sort of thing. But Stuart said to me he'd seen it a few times, and I'd seen a glimpse at it. That was probably 50 to 70 metres, that sighting, like distance-wise. And it was, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
So do you think it was a Asiatic cat or an African cat or something like that, or was it something else?
It was a Black Panther, 100%. Stuart wasn't. I thought Stuart was fucking playing me on. He said, mate, something. He said he'd seen him over the years, like not heaps, but he reckons it's the same animal, same thing. It had come in, and I'd seen photos of the scrapes down the side of the cattle. Could
it be possible to get those photos?
Of Stuart?
Yeah.
I'd have to. Mate, he's on Facebook. Stuart Watson. He's an ex-car dealer from Newcastle, and he drives trucks now across from Perth to Sydney, like fuel tankers and that sort of thing. I can chase them up. That would have been in about 2015.
Okay, not that long ago.
Yeah, not recently. Yeah, 2015.
I'd be curious to see the claw marks on the hides of the cattle, because there's other things out there that may be not extinct that are marsupial as well. Not.
We seen this thing in the spotlight, and it would have been 50 to 70 metres. Stuart seen it before, so it wasn't a shock to him, but I seen it, and it was actually sitting on the lower fork of a tree branch, probably, let's say 300, 400 mil round, like a tree branch. That was only probably 2 foot off the ground. This thing was sitting on the tree branch, laying on the tree branch, and it was bigger than the German Shepherd I had. It was bigger.
Yeah.
The thing that shocked me, the tail. The tail was 1.5 meters long, just the tail.
Yeah, and it was just all black.
All short black hair, like probably 10 mil length for hair, real tight. This is from 50, 70 metres, but there's no doubt. It's just the size of it. It wasn't a feral cat. I've shot feral cats out at Burke. They weighed over 20 kilo.
Yeah.
This thing would have been 70.
Yeah, big cat.
It was the size of my fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Stuart had seen it before. Stuart had seen it running before. It's the first time he'd ever seen it overnight and stationary. It was laying on the tree branch.
Yep. You'd want a fairly decent sized round if you were going to take a crack at it.
No, I wouldn't. I'll put it this way, mate.
Otherwise you might just annoy it.
I've heard things stalking me when I've been metal detecting before. Especially I was up at Copeland, up near Barrington Tops, and something stalked me, mate, for about 40 metres in the bush. I could hear it whenever I'd stop. It would keep a couple of steps, and I don't know what that was. That worried me.
Was it a bit noisy and clumsy in its manner?
Whatever stalked me that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably like it was game, but I'd stop, and I didn't have the earphones on. I'd have the metal detector, the speaker attached to me.
Yeah.
And when I'd stop, it'd take another 2 or 3 steps. As soon as a stick or something was break, it'd stop. I'd realise it fucks up. You know what I mean?
When I had my first sighting of a thylacine, it followed me for about 200 metres up a track, and it was as noisy as. It was not very good at pretending it wasn't there. But it would stop when I stopped, and then I'd take off again, and it was breaking branches. A cat I would expect to be really quiet. Cats are known to be stealth hunters, but thylacines, when they follow people, they're actually quite clumsy and noisy.
Yeah, so I never actually, when I all those encounters with the thylacine, except for the one when I was having the smoke out the front of the car, or virtually at the front left-hand wheel, I couldn't hear it walk at all. I couldn't hear it walk. When it come out of the bushes, I heard nothing. Walked across the road, I couldn't hear its nails on the road or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like
it was very quiet. Yeah.
It was quiet, and then late at night, if it farted, I would have heard. You know what I mean? It was just
sure.
Didn't even bother me. I was standing at the front wheel having a cigarette. Silence, I didn't say nothing or sneeze or anything. And all the other ones, I was inside the car with the windows down, but just sitting in the car.
Well,
but I'll tell you now, mate. I would.
All power to you to go there and get a video of it.
Well, mate, and I'm happy to do that, but I'll do that for you.
No, that'd be good. That'd be good.
I would love to be able to send you the footage, and I don't mind. I'm not after fame or anything like that, but I'd love to give you the footage, and you do what you want to do with it. You know what I mean? Because I know what I've seen. I've seen it on 5 occasions, and I would stand up in court and swear on the fucking Bible on what I've seen. Yeah,
mate, I believe you.
So I've watched videos in the last since that happened. I've watched videos on the internet and that sort of thing. I've seen that's why I contacted you. You seem the most sort of credible bloke to contact.
Cheers.
And, even with that Black Panther encounter, and Stuart goes to me, don't tell anyone, mate. I think we're fucking mad.
And there is that element. I try to steer people around that element so that I can hear their stories, basically, because otherwise, people don't really want to come forward if they're just going to get laughed at. So
people are so judgmental, mate. That's what
yeah, Australians are notorious for it, unfortunately. It's one of our worst traits.
Yeah, but I've seen it on 5 occasions, and like I said, I'd stand up and swear fucking over the Bible in court. I know what I've seen, and the distance I've seen it at, like, mate, the most distinctive thing isn't the stripes. Like, they're there. They're always there. You see the jaw. The jaw is like a fucking... What sort of dog could I describe?
Like a pit bull?
Yeah, a pit bull with a smashed jaw that needs to be wide and fixed.
Yep.
That's the thing that stood out more than when
I'd say it's definitely a male if that's one of the real convincing, features for what you've seen.
I believe it was a male just from I've had female male dogs my whole life. I believe it was a male.
Yeah.
And I'd say it'd be 9 to 10 years old. Like just going off a 12-year-old dog I've always had, you know what I mean? Then I've normally got to get them put out.
Yeah.
I'd say with that grey along the muzzle. And that's probably the best. Yeah. No smell. Couldn't smell nothing. Have never heard a bark or anything like that.
Just in total stealth.
Just in total stealth, mate. And crosses at the exact same blade of grass every fucking time. And that's the thing where I knew it was special. I knew it knows what it's doing and it's confident. It's probably done it for years, wherever it's going.
Yeah.
But I'll with you and I'll let you know what happens when I can get out there.
No worries, mate. That's all good.
I just hope the thing lives long enough because it's not young. It's not a young animal.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why it's coming into town because it's probably looking for an easy feed, I suppose. I don't know. Who knows what it's cottoned onto?
Looked healthy. Looked healthy in the back legs. Like plenty of strength there. Bloody no injuries on it. Like.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Todd, I record all of these conversations purely.
I can read it all back there, word for word, if you want.
Ah, that's all good, mate. That's all good. No, I record all of these conversations anyway for my own records.
You got my blessing. You got my blessing.
Cool. Is it okay to use this on YouTube? You okay with that?
You can if you want, mate.
Yep.
There's a couple of videos of me on YouTube doing stupid things, but as long as you don't.
Oh, that's all right. We won't link anything up. All right. Well, look.
Thanks, Neil.
That's all right. By all means, stay in touch. You've got my number now. I don't get on Instagram very often, but when I do, I try and return everyone's messages. So.
I just thought it'd be the best place to go. I had a search and I was looking for you, and that's where I found you the easiest.
Yeah, that's all good, mate. No worries. All right. Well, look. Okay.
I reckon I can get it. I do. As long as it's still alive. It's been doing that for years, mate. If it's crossing like that in front of me, it's been doing it a long time.
Yeah, it's got its habits, and when it's in the area, that's its route for sure, without a doubt.
Once things are better, I might even go and have a poke over at those houses because I don't even know who lives across the road over there. You know what I mean? I've never gone down and spoke to them just to go down and even have a look. There could be a chicken pen down there. There could be some old woman that throws a chicken carcass out every night or cat or something. Yeah,
you just don't know. I've seen old ladies feeding foxes in suburbia before, so anything's possible.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
I feel better, mate. I've had a chat with you and just thanks very much.
You're welcome. No worries. Then, like I said, stay in touch. And if you do manage to get back in touch with your mate and he's got some photos, it'd be great to see him.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. I'll send him a message tonight on Facebook, and he'll get them to me. It'll just take time. You know what I mean?
All good.
No worries, mate.
All right. Good on you, Todd. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Neil. Cheers, mate.
Ta-da.